What's up, guys? We are live in my dressing room, mid-makeup application. I usually do this first thing in the morning, but I've been working, so here we are. So I Snapchat most of my life, all of my life, for those of you who watch that. And I was gonna do this little product review on this little thing, but I figured, you know what, I'll just jump on here and do it instead. If you guys are jumping on and can hear me okay, I have my phone propped up kind of funny, let me know. Either hit the like button or say something so that I know you can hear me. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I just tried this new product that I was super duper excited about, so I wanted to share with you guys, and then I wanted to talk about my live event, and then I'm just kind of here chatting while I curl my hair and do my thing. I got 30 minutes before I have to be at the chiropractor because my shoulders are so out of balance. I was working out, and you can see this one's 3 inches lower than the other one, and that's not acceptable. That can't be good, right? So here's my hair before I curl it. It's crazy. Anyway, so if you guys have seen this product floating around online, it looks like a miniature breast implant, quite honestly, and that's exactly what it feels like. Anybody who felt one of those before, not in the body. But anyway, this is a makeup applicator, and it's supposed to take the place of one of these things, and it's supposed to you're supposed to be able to use less makeup with it, and it absolutely works. It doesn't soak it into your skin as much, FYI. It kind of makes it almost look streaky, so I use a small brush to blend it all in, but I used a quarter of the foundation that I typically would use with this thing, and this was $4. So totally worth the money. Or maybe it was $10. I don't remember, but totally worth the money. If you see these floating around, I saw a million ads for it on Facebook. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. So there's that. I have a lot of shit going on right now, and I want to tell you guys about it. Sorry, I have to adjust my mirror here. So my live event is coming up. I'm hosting it here in St. Louis, May 20th, and it's going to be, there's an area here called Westport Plaza, for those of you who aren't from St. Louis, and I chose that area because it's super convenient. It's kind of close to the airport, only 15 minutes. And it's just a really nice area, and there's a lot of stuff within walking distance, so it's convenient for whomever comes to visit, because I've been to a lot of live events where I get to the event and I'm literally in the middle of nowhere. What if I need to, eat food or something? So I picked this place in general specifically because of that, because I don't want anyone who comes in from out of town to be inconvenienced. I want them to be in a place where they feel comfortable and all that good stuff. So it's exciting. It's gonna be a really transformational day. I don't know that everybody really understands how hardcore your the foundation has to be set with your mindset and your blocks in order for you to actually be able to be productive, really, or follow through on actual lists and things. Everyone's oh, I have goals. I'm great. What are you gonna do with those though? There's so much more to it. What's up, Kyle? What's up, Emily? Thanks for watching, guys. And I was just sitting here drinking my coffee. I just got done working some client stuff, and I'm I'll jump on live while I do my hair and shit, have a conversation with you guys. So the live event is gonna be pretty epic. There's only 4 spots left. I got this really pretty suite, and it's beautiful, and I've already talked to the hotel, and they're going to cater in this food, and it's going to be great. Probably going to get some reservations for dinner that night. There's a really nice restaurant there in Westport where and we happen to know the owners, so I'm going to try to reserve, or I'm going to reserve a special table, and it's going to be fun. Hey, Katie, what's up, girl? So, what we're really going to go over while we're there is it's going to be great to have what is this? I don't know what stuff popping up on my screen. We're really going to go over exactly why you are where you are. So here's the thing. Stay with me here. A lot of people don't understand every decision that you make, or every decision that you fail to make, or that you ignore, keeps you where you are right now, keeps you in the spot that you're at, keeps you from achieving the things that you want to achieve. So it's important that we dive into that, because like I can give you the best to-do list, the best action plans. Trust me, I do this for people all the time because they don't want to put in the real work. They just want to pay for like the cheapest option. So we do a one-time session and I give them an incredible plan, but then they don't typically do anything with it because their mindset's not right and they haven't broke through the fact that they need to change their daily habits and do those sort of things to make the changes. So that's what we're really going to dive into. And I think that's something that diving into it one-on-one live is going to be really freaking awesome. I know that. I've done it with people live. That's kind of why I'm keeping the group so small. So I'm excited. So if you're thinking, what I also wanted to throw out there is if you're thinking about coming, send me a message and we can talk about it. If you have any questions, I can kind of guide you along, let you know what you can expect or answer anything that you don't know about, right? Because I understand that investing money is scary, especially like investing it in a program or investing it in an event. It's really scary. Time Hop reminded me today that a year ago, I was on an airplane going to Vegas to meet up with some women that I've literally created like lifelong friendships with now that I couldn't even imagine my life without them at this point. And that was a year ago, so that was pretty cool to kind of have that little, I like Time Hop. I think that's really fun. So anyway, it was a transformational thing for me, and I feel every time I go to a live event, like, I make more money, I get deeper, I get more clear. It's always amazing for me. So I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. So that's why I'm going to start hosting these live events. The first one will be in St. Louis, and then I'm going to probably do them at least quarterly in different places. So this one will be the cheapest though. So this will be the least expensive. So if you're thinking about it, jump in now if that's a concern for you. Frank, I'm sure it's going to be tremendous. Yeah, Frank, we'd love to have you there. It would be amazing. Yeah, so it'll be good times. I also wanted to tell you guys that I'm working on this media package, and I'm going to be recording a shitload of video content for you. Like, not just me doing it, but there's going to be someone following me around and showing you some real life shit. Like, I feel like it's insanely important, the fact that I sit here and tell you about getting shit done and blah, blah, blah. I think it's insanely important that I show you that I'm not just talking about it, I'm actually living it, and like how I do all of those things and fit those things in. I think that's really, really important. So I'm going to film that for you. I'm going to show you like this, because I think there's so many people in this freaking world that float. Holy hell, that's loud. Sorry. I think there's so many people in this world that float around and are trying to sell you shit or sell me shit about things that they don't even practice themselves. And I fucking hate that. And it makes me really angry. But like, a lot of people can't see through it because of the shiny penny side of things that they show you online. And it's like, dude, you don't really, like, some of the people I've like talked to or met, and I'm like, you were just online yesterday talking about how you are making millions of dollars, but you're bitching to me about spending $1,000. Like, no, why are you lying? Like, I hate it. And I think that, as annoying as reality TV shows are sometimes, I think that in a way it's like something the world needs more of, just the reality part of it and like the real part. I know that when I say that, reality TV shows that we're thinking of are all probably not necessarily real. A lot of them are fabricated, but like me getting followed around by my assistant with our camera crew is not going to be fabricated. I can promise you that. I was talking with her the other day and I was like reacting to something and she goes, I can't film you. I was like, what do you mean you can't film me? She was like, the things that you say are like so out there. You guys have to understand that, a lot of girls will tell you, oh, I'm one of the guys, and they don't really necessarily understand what that means. But like, I really am like one of the guys. Like, I grew up around all boys and like grew up in a garage, and like my best friends are mechanics and drive Bigfoot and shit. Like, that's really who I am. I'm not pretending. So like, you'll notice that in the way that I talk and the way that I respond sometimes. Like, my boyfriend's even said before, he's like, sometimes I forget that you're not just like, you have like feelings and you're a chick because you don't ever act like it. So, yeah, so you guys will get to see a lot of those reactions because I can't fabricate that, so it's not like I can just do it right now and to give you an example. It just kind of flows out of me without me meaning to. And so yeah, it'll be interesting. That's for sure. I'm super excited. So we did some filming on Monday, and then we do the rest of the filming or another filming session on Thursday, and then we're going to start doing it at least twice a week. So that's super exciting. She's going to be capturing my workouts, capturing how I get motivated for them, how I do meditation, like pretty much everything. I sent a post out asking you guys what you wanted to know, and I wrote all of those things down, and I'm going to cover all of the topics. So if anybody, though, right now can think of something, pop it into this thread, and I'll write it down and create it for you. Because it's not, I don't know what you want. You have to tell me. I can't read your minds. I wish I could read your minds. I wish I could read everybody's minds. It'd be freaking awesome. But I can't, unfortunately. So yeah, that's what I have in the pipeline right now, quite honestly. Something else that was on my mind this morning that I wanted to talk about, I know this is like the most random live stream of life, but obviously, I don't know if you guys caught my live the other day where I was talking about how, like, you want to know why you don't have the things that you want. It's because all you do is want them instead of working for them or, like, actually doing something about it. So, that's been on my mind a lot lately. Check out this mascara is the balls. It's amazing. It's so good. Anyway, so that's been on my mind pretty much all week this week because a lot of people keep telling me, they're like, oh, I want this, but they're not willing to do anything about it. And so something that I wanted to point out to you that I don't think a lot of people talk about is you see all this shit about like overnight successes, right? And sure, that happens, and I'm not discrediting anybody who has like overnight success. Anybody who makes, like 20 grand in their first month in business or whatever, like fucking more power to you. Like congratulations on being able to do that. But that's not how it happened for me. And that's not how it happens for a lot of people. Hello. That went down the wrong pipe. Anyway, so I wanted to point that out to you. A lot of people don't think about that. Like, it doesn't happen overnight for 99.9% of people. And it's a consistent thing. So here's the deal. In building my business, I've learned more about myself as a human being than anything else. And that's been the most epic part of it for me. And I think anybody who's actually put in the work and not just had it like click and happen can tell you the same thing. And the other thing that's really important about that, and just because like, for those of you who don't know, I'm a super observer. Like, I observe everything that's going on around me. I'm sorry. I observe everything that's going on around me all of the time. And so in those observations, what I tend to realize, like, the who, what, where, and how without even having to ask, which is always really, really cool. And I do ask, though, because I want to clarify that I'm on it and that I actually was right, which is always interesting. So, one of the things that I can tell you that I've witnessed, I've observed, plus, you can research this and find plenty of proof of it, but, like, the majority of people who, like, their success happens overnight and they're like, oh, I have all this money and it's beautiful and this just happened. And they didn't have to put in a shitload of work and, like, go through the fucking roller coaster of owning your own business or building something or, like, having setbacks in anything that it is that you're trying to do. Like, most of those people don't sustain their business for the long haul. And again, I'm not saying everyone, there's always an exception to the rule, but the majority of people who that shit just happens to them, like, quickly, and they're like, oh, I have all these things, like, they don't keep it. Like, look at people who win the lottery. They don't keep that money. 9 out of 10 of those people are broke within a year. They win multiple millions of dollars, like hundreds of millions of dollars, and then they're broke within a year. Because here's the deal. It's a mindset thing, guys. It's a freaking mentality. Like, when you put the work in, like, that's totally a different situation. When you have skin in the game and you've, like, blood, sweat, and tears this shit, like, you handle it differently. You appreciate it differently. You build it differently. Your attitude is different about it, So, like, I'm, quite honestly, it's been a struggle on and off. Don't get me wrong. And anybody who's been in my world, especially, like, one-on-one here can tell you, and they've seen the ups and downs of what I've built, and especially like sharing and getting, oh my God, people quit popping up on my freaking screen. I wish that Facebook Live would like not show you messages while you're on Facebook Live, because it's really, really annoying. But anyway, what I was saying is the struggle and like the up and down and the highs and the lows, and like the highs are really high usually when you're, you know, growing something, and then the lows are really fucking low. But like, I'm grateful for that shit, because when the highs are high, or like when things are calm and things are just kind of like middle level, I'm so grateful for that. It's really not even funny. Like, my mindset around it is so different than what I think a lot of people's is, because I am so like much more aware of it, or more present of it, if that makes any sense. Like, I know plenty of people, luckily I've been surrounded by people who have grown and built their own businesses most of my life. Like, my high school boyfriend built a very successful business before he was even 18, before he could even like legally have his own LLC. He was making fucking bank. But like, I watched the work that went into that. I know what it takes. Like, I got to see the real live blood, sweat, and tears. Holy shit, he was 19 years old buying a, like $200,000 prop or a piece of equipment. And at that time, I mean, that was like 2006. So $200,000 equipment at 2006 was like, that same piece of equipment is probably like 400,000 now. So think about that. Like, I got to watch those like, oh, I can't breathe moments from a lot of people. And so I think that helped me, you know, accept that it wasn't going to be easy. But I'm so glad that it wasn't. Like, I didn't have my first sale in business for like 6 months. I didn't have my first like profitable month for almost a year, realistically. And that's just the truth. But I wouldn't take any of that back. Like, those lessons stick with me now. Like, I handle my budget and I handle my clients currently differently because of that. Hold on, I need to see what time it is. Okay, cool. I have to leave in like 10 minutes. So like, I will tell you that the struggle that comes along with it isn't a bad thing. And that's the problem, is it gets a bad name. People are like, oh, it's so hard. Okay, well, nothing that's worth it is ever easy. And I know that sounds cliche, but it's true. Like, it's just the truth. And, ooh, I just burnt the shit out of my thumb. Ooh, Jesse, I see you, Jesse Morris. I still can't call you Jesse Falter. It's weird. My mermaid hair. She's responsible for this hair. She's a genius. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. That's been on my mind. It was on my mind all morning, and I wrote about it in my journal. And I was going to write a post about it, but I figured I'd just jump on here and kind of talk about it and let you guys know, like, I feel like a lot of people are feeling like islands right now, and like no one else gets it, and like, this is too hard, I don't want to keep moving forward, holy shit, blah, blah, blah. When in reality, like, that's normal. It's totally normal. Like, if you didn't feel that way while you were building something, there's probably something wrong with you. Or what I should say is, there's something wrong with the situation. You're not putting in the work, because when you're growing and expanding, it's scary every time. I mean, I have one of my friends and coaches who, you know, makes millions of dollars and has like 500,000 followers organically. And he goes and does ventures and is scared. He's like, holy shit, I just did this brand new thing. It's freaking terrifying. Like, everybody has that feeling. That's how you know you're doing something. That's the whole point. That's how you know you're doing something. Jesse, I was just about to say good job with the curling. Thanks, girl. And the fact that I'm doing it while I'm live streaming, how you feel about that? Mermaid hair is time consuming, ladies and gentlemen, in case anybody was wondering. It's not easy. It takes a while. So anyway, but if I curl it like this the first day, then it's usually good like this for a little while. But, so yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing. And you can look at a lot of people, like you can look at Gary Vaynerchuk, you can look at Andy Frisella, you can look at these guys who, they tell you their story. Like, they didn't wake up and then one day have success. Like, they built it. They cried. They were hurt. They had the ugly moments. They still do. And they're honest about it. So it's like, I want people to realize that that's not just made up. And that's not just them. Like, that's fucking real. I'm not Gary Vaynerchuk. And I'm not Andy Frisella. But I feel the same things they feel. Like, when they talk, I'm like, yes, exactly. Like, I go through that. And I just want you guys to know that, like, even the people who are not, you know, your internet, like, superstars, hear that. And they have the same, we all have those feelings. Like, so you are not a fucking island. Like, you are not alone in feeling that way. Like, I posted something last night about feeling lonely. And, like, you have to remind yourself, the juice is worth the squeeze. Like, I really want this. And for those moments where, like, I have friends at baseball games or friends at the bar or friends on vacation or whatever, and I'm working, like, just trust me, it's going to be worth it. And I know that. And, like, there's an eye, like, any of you guys who follow me on Snapchat, like, I constantly talk about the eye on the prize. And there's a reason for that, because I keep my eye on that prize. I keep my eye on, like, why I'm doing this to begin with, so that I can always stay focused and, like, keep moving forward and remind myself of that, so it doesn't become, like, a big, because it can be depressing for anybody. We all have the moment. So that's why I say this stuff, because I want you guys to know you're not alone. Good morning, Jeff. Frank, I've heard the other day that God puts the greatest things in our lives just on the other side of terror. I thought that was really cool. It is really cool, because it's true. And I also believe that nothing is put in front of you that you can't handle. It's your choice if you choose to handle it and take it on, or if you choose not to. But again, that comes down to, like, what I was talking about earlier about me going over things, you know, in that kind of shit at my live event. Like, those are the choices that we really have to look deep into. Like, those are the choices that you have to realize matter. Every single one of those times that you let that excuse or you let that voice in your head win, you take 15 steps backwards. Every time. I don't care how well you did yesterday. Like, if you allow that to win, then it takes you steps backwards. Your mindset, your belief in yourself, you want to go universal with me, like, what you're putting out into the universe is that you can't really handle it. Or that you were just kidding, like, oh, I don't really want that. Like, not really. Look at that, see? Done. Looks funny until you run your fingers through it, and then it's, oh, voila. It's like magic. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say to you guys. Bonnie, move. I have to move my dog or I'll freaking choke her out. Come here. Come here. Good girl. With the hairspray. She'll just sit there and breathe it in and then start coughing, and that's not good. So, anybody have any questions while I'm hairspraying? It's a little interactive live stream this morning. Oh, yeah. Whew. Check out this cool pen I got. Isn't it cute? I gotta figure out what I want to put it on. But it's just a little pen. My little revolver. It looks like my 38 special. I think it's exciting. So yeah, anyway. So you guys tell me real quick if there's any questions you have or anything you want to say. I'm going to go get my alignment fixed because my shoulder is, like, seriously out of whack. It's, like, not even funny. And I was lifting yesterday and I'm like, my arms couldn't even do this. They were so not symmetrical. It was bad. Where's the dog? Bonnie! I love your hair. I'm a lazy mom. I need to up my hair game. Okay, Emily, so let me tell you something about this. I do my hair every single day, whether or not I am going to be going anywhere, because it makes me feel good. When I don't do my hair and makeup, I feel like shit about myself, and I am a lot less productive. So when I first started working, say hi, Bonnie. When I first started working from home, I didn't get dressed, and I didn't do my hair and makeup, and I was depressed almost, you know, it wasn't good. And so by me taking control of that, Bonnie, stay, and getting up every morning and getting ready, it's changes. Like, this is one of the things that I'm going to talk about, because somebody keeps asking me, like, how do I keep my mindset up and how do I stay, like, positive? I don't know where my purse is. That's one of the things, is that I get ready every day. I get dressed. I put on hair and makeup because that makes me feel good. I don't care how shallow that sounds. If it sounds shallow, cool. But it works big time for me. Like it keeps my head in the game. It keeps my mindset up. It keeps my motivation up. And again, I don't care if that sounds shallow, it's just the truth. And so that's one of those things where, number one, I wrote a post about this like a year ago where people were like, how do I get more productive? And I'm like, put some freaking pants on. And like, that's the truth. So many people are like, oh, I work from home, I'm gonna be in my pajamas all day. And I'm like, cool. I mean, more power to you if you wanna wear no pants. Sometimes, I mean, my idea of pants is typically yoga pants every day. But most of the time, if you're feeling sluggish and you're feeling like you have no productivity, it's because you're not getting up and getting dressed every day. There's proven, like, psychological testing that you can actually research that proves and shows that there's something in our brain that changes when we get dressed, when we're not in our pajamas, when we put on a bra. Just saying, like, it's a real thing. You know, I mean, I have clients who have kids and they're like, oh, I don't have time. And I'm like, make the time. Like, get up 10 minutes earlier. I don't care. Get up and get dressed. Take a freaking shower. Trust me, it's a big, big game changer mentally. Oh, you listened to that video. Put some pants on. And I'm a mess. But yeah, that is it's a big thing. Everything that we do is a mindset shift. That's the beauty of it. And that's the thing that nobody gets to like understand, or nobody wants to like realize, is that it's all a mindset shift in a really big way. Gosh, it's hot here today. Holy shit. It's 90 degrees out almost, and it's only not even 11 o'clock. Whoa. Well, you can't, I wanna, like, when it's this hot, I don't wear pants. I just said put on pants, I know, but I don't. I wear dresses when it's this hot outside. I wear sundresses and everyone's like, oh my God, you're so fancy. I'm like, no, not fancy, just hot. Like, it's warm. It gets like 110 degrees and then with humidity in St. Louis, it's like miserable. So, dresses it is. But yeah, that might just happen today because it is hot outside. But you can't wear a dress to the chiropractor, that's awkward. Right? How do you lay on the adjustment table with a dress on? It's weird. Probably not a good idea. But, all right, y'all, I'm at this, at the stoplight, driving, gonna go get adjusted. Thanks for hanging out. I love you guys, you're all amazing. And I will talk to you soon. Message me if you have any questions, and have a fantastic day. See ya.